Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I just got home. I've been all over the place today running errands and doing life stuff, but I got a notification on my phone about this new update and PTB, and I had to record a video because it looks insane. I haven't actually read anything in the update yet. All I saw was the tweet, which talks about slugging changes, camping changes, and finally, the Myers rework. I put on my favorite Myers t-shirt for this, by the way. Just based on the tweet by itself, it looks like this could potentially be one of the biggest updates Dead by Daylight has ever had, but I guess we'll see. I'm very excited to read this, so let's just jump in, and we start with the slugging reduction update, where we talk about if a survivor is left in the dying state for a total of 90 seconds, they gain the ability to pick themselves up after fully recovering. Okay, so Base Kit Unbreakable, again, they tried this in a PTB a while back. I don't know if it was 90 seconds before. It feels like a fever dream, that PTB, because they never brought any of it to live. I don't know if this is the same idea. It feels like it's the same idea. Perks that enable you to recover from the dying state, like Boon Exponential, will all function the same as before. Okay? Gradually increases crawling speed for survivors who are left in the dying state. Gradually increases crawling speed. So that means you gradually can crawl faster over time. Okay. They added the ability to survivors to recover while crawling. Recovery now occurs passively with no need to hold a button. Okay. So you get downed and you're automatically starting to recover and you can crawl. So it's like kind of like tenacity, but base kit. They're probably going to change tenacity then, right? Unless they're just going to make it where it increases your speed. Wow. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It almost looks like the deep wound timer. And then you can get up. So there's the recovery bar, and then there's the 90-second bar. So this is the recovery bar. And once that's full, you can't get up. But once the other bar is full, you can get up. That is insane. I will say, though, even though this seems like it might be really extreme, maybe it won't be so bad. I mean, slugging is one of the most boring things in the game. Like, when you're being slugged, you just have to sit there. So being able to crawl around while recovering is nice. 90 seconds is a long time. I mean, I guess that's why there's a PTB. We're going to test this out. Could be insane. And when you stack perks and stuff on top of this, I don't know. Who knows? This is crazy though. Let's tunneling. This okay. I saw this in the tweet. They're actually nerfing tunneling now. Okay. Tunneling reduction update. It's finally happening. All of us killer mains are fried. When a survivor is hooked, their hook status is hidden from the killer. When they're unhooked, there is no notification and their hook status isn't revealed immediately. Wow. Okay. So off the rip, I'm assuming that means that the little bar that you have that shows how long they've been hooked, that's just gone. You don't see that. And there's also no explosion when they're unhooked. You have no way of knowing. And then their hook status isn't revealed immediately. I'm not sure exactly what that means. If that's the little tallies that show how many times they've been hooked. This alone already feels like a huge change, and there's still all of this. Unhooked survivors gain the following effects for a limited time: haste, endurance, and elusive. See below. Status effects. Elusive. Ah, okay. There's a whole new status effect. Interesting. Well, they already had endurance and haste, so that's not new. That's fine, right? No collision with other players, both killer and survivor. This is good, I think. I don't think that you should be able to body block somebody right when they get off hook and just use that as a way to wait out the borrowed time, especially when you're in basement. That can suck. Also, your teammates could sandbag you intentionally, unintentionally. So it's nice to just be able to get away from the hook without things or people getting in your way. I don't hate that. Immunity to killer instinct and sees the killer's aura nearby. Okay. Interesting. I'm assuming this will just be for the 10 seconds, 10 or 12 seconds, whatever it is that you get base kit borrowed time, right? These effects are all lost when the survivor performs a conspicuous action. Okay, so that's good. Same as like DS and stuff. I do wonder how long this is going to last, though. All of these effects, except haste and endurance, are disabled once the generators are completed. Oh. Okay. So all of it goes away except haste and endurance when the gens are done. Got it. Added a unique effect to the killer hook state UI that indicates the last survivor they hooked. Okay, so they do tell you who the last person you hooked was. I'm assuming so that you don't tunnel them accidentally, I guess. After completing a unique hook, which means the same survivor is not hooked consecutively, killers get the following benefits. Oh, so you actually get incentivized for going for other people. Bonus damage for the next generator kick. A temporary haste status effect. Temporarily reveals survivors, think base kit, barbecue, and chili, that have less or equal hook states to the hooked survivor. Oh my god, wow. These effects are slightly lessened for Blight, Dracula, Ghoul, Billy, Nurse. Oh, okay. I guess they're worried about these base kit effects like making the strongest killers even stronger. That's really funny. That is so funny that they have to specifically point out these killers and be like, yeah, we're not going to give them, as strong of effects. Everybody else, yes, but not these guys. That's funny, actually. These effects are disabled once all generators are completed. Okay. So they don't get all of these, which, the generator thing obviously doesn't matter. Added a new effect that disincentivizes tunneling. If a survivor dies before 6 total hook states, all remaining survivors gain a repair speed bonus for the rest of the trial. Wow. Before 6 hook states. Okay, so if you tunnel somebody out or somebody dies, not even tunnel them out, like if they were to bring like a salt jar of salty lips or whatever and just give up, then all the survivors get a repair bonus. But that's good, right? Isn't that good? I guess it depends on how drastic it is, but man, as solo queue survivor, it really sucks being in a 1v3, especially if you have somebody disconnect or if you have somebody give up, miss their skill checks, because people do still give up or disconnect, and those matches are pretty much always unwinnable. So that might be good, right? Yeah, I don't know. I guess, again, it depends on the numbers. It depends on how much the repair speed is increased. If the survivor that was last hooked is sacrificed or killed, generators cannot be regressed or blocked. Wait. Hold on a minute. Okay, let me just... If the survivor that was last hooked is sacrificed or killed, generators cannot be regressed. Okay. So that means if you hook a survivor and they die, and they were the survivor that was last hooked, no generator can be regressed or blocked. You can't kick a gen. You can't get any perks to regress a gen. You can't get any perks to block a gen. Does that last for the whole match? That's wow. Wow. That's a lot. That is a lot. That is, yeah. Yeah, when I said that this might be one of the most game-changing updates, this alone, this is even way more, drastic than the slugging thing. This is a lot. But a lot of it comes down to numbers, right? Like, bonus damage for the next generator kick. How much? Is it like Pop Goes the Weasel? Is it just a little bit more? Temporary haste status effect. Okay, how temporary is it? How much haste do you get? These are all things we're going to learn, obviously, but man, that's crazy. So what is this elusive thing? Okay. Added a new status effect that silences grunts of pain and suppresses survivor aura, pools of blood, and scratch marks. Okay. So that means once you get unhooked, if you're the person who was just unhooked, you get endurance, you get haste, and you also get this. So you have Iron Will, no scratch marks, no blood. Your aura can't be seen for any reason. But we don't know how long it lasts. Again, I don't know if it's just the 10 to 12 seconds of like that base kit borrowed time, or is this going to be more like an off the record thing, like it's going to last for a while until you do a conspicuous action. It's so hard to judge a lot of this stuff without seeing the numbers. But I mean, I guess I don't hate this, I don't hate that. Going to be honest, don't care about the tomes or the lore. Sorry to all you lore enjoyers, because I care about this. My boy, one of my P100 killers is finally getting his update, and it's a major update. Okay, let's dive into this. I'm so excited. I hope it's good. Replaced Evil Within with 2 modes that can be toggled with a button press. Stalker mode, 4.2 meters movement speed, undetectable, and can stalk survivors. Okay. And then there's Pursuer mode, where you're faster. You have 24-meter tear radius, increased vault speed, bonuses to lunge range, break speed, stun recovery, but he cannot stalk survivors in this mode. But you can switch between them, it seems, whenever you want. Okay. Once the stock meter is full, Evil Incarnate mode can be triggered at will, granting the following effects for a limited time. Okay. So you just get regular movement speed, right? A 40-meter tear radius and increased vault speed. Unlocks the Slaughtering Strike ability. Hold the... Oh, wait, what is going on here? Hold the power button to charge this ability, reducing movement speed. Press the attack button while charging to quickly lunge forward, adjusting your angle as you move. The length of the lunge depends on the charge time. Okay, so I guess we get like a little look at it here. Whoa, okay, that looks like coup de grace. So you see how it like charges up. And I'm guessing if you only charge it halfway, you still get the lunge, but just not as far. Okay. If a survivor enters the killer's attack range while lunging, they are knocked into the dying state. This ability can also be used to destroy pallets. Oh. Unlocks the ability to grab and kill or perform a regular mori on survivors who would die the next time they are hooked. Okay. Interesting. So you can kind of tombstone them, right? It's like a base kit tombstone as long as they're already on death hook. I'm assuming they're getting rid of tombstone entirely. 100% they're getting rid of tombstone. Adjusted some of the mechanics of stalking. Removed the limited pool. Dude, there's no more limited pool. That is like the biggest thing, right? You can stalk as much as you want, thank God. And also the fact that you can initiate your, power whenever you want. It's not like you have to 99 it and then like, oh, whoops, I accidentally stalked too much. And then now you wasted your tier 3 if you like are at a killer shack or something. Now you get to actually just hold it until you want to use it. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I mean, we got to wait and see, but this is awesome. And just also to point out, you don't have to start out in tier 1 anymore. I think you can automatically, right at the start of the match, go between Stalker and Pursuer. So you can already be moving. You don't have to bring Corrupt Intervention and go around trying to stalk survivors while moving super slow. Okay. I really like this so far. I'm really excited to test this. Reduce the stalk range to 32 meters. Remove the distance modifier. Okay. So 32 meters. I like this. Remove the distance modifier. I think that means regardless of how close to them you are, you get the same amount of stock. That's really good. That's really good. Because it sucks having to, like, when you're closer to them, you don't get nearly as much stock. That can be kind of a pain. So I like that. Moving while stalking has increased movement speed, but incurs a reduced stalk rate. Okay, so if you stalk while you're walking, you're faster than you are now, but you don't stalk as much if you're doing it while moving. So you ideally want to stalk standing still and then reworked his add-ons. Like I said, Tombstone's gone. R.I.P. Tombstone. And probably got rid of Scratch Mirror as well. I'm assuming Scratch Mirror is gone. It's going to be really interesting. I'm assuming pretty much all of his add-ons are going to be completely reworked, right? I mean, they have to be. That is, I'm excited for this though. This is awesome. This is my boy. I mean, this could be really fun. I'm really excited. Hopefully it's fun. Okay, then we got just some of the minor stuff that we can just go over really quick because they nerfed the clown, I think, because everybody has been hating on the clown. They increased the activation time for the yellow bottles because you could just throw them and get haste really quickly. I guess they're doing that. Increased how long the hindered status effect lingers after leaving the smoke. Okay, so they kind of rebuffed the purple a little bit and nerfed the yellow a little bit. Got it. Oh, they buffed Unknown? Okay, I love this. I'm actually a huge fan of the Unknown. The Unknown is one of my favorite original killers in the game, especially recently. They made it to where you can actually shoot straight up now. That is awesome. As well as they increased the additional time added when they're injured. Okay. So they're weakened for longer. Increase the movement speed after recovery. Increased movement speed recovery after teleporting. That's really good. And yeah, then they adjusted some add-ons. That's awesome. I love the Unknown, so I love that they're getting a little bit of love. That's cool. And then the Dark Lord with a medium update. Okay. Reduced Hellfire cooldown. That's a buff. Increased the Hellfire pillars. That's a buff. Reduced Hellfire charge movement speed. That's a nerf. Slightly increased slowdown after casting Hellfire. That's a nerf. So 2 buffs, 2 nerfs to his vampire form. Increased the charge or the pounce charge time. That's a nerf. But then they increased the scent orb. And then bat form increased movement friction to make flying easier to control. Okay, cool. The ghoul, this son of a gun. When grabbing a survivor on the other side of a vault, the survivor is released at the start of the ghoul's vault instead of at the end. That's it. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what the hell that means. That's it? Okay, so he's still going to suck to go against probably. But oh well. Hooking a survivor now spawns more blood orbs. Okay. So a little bit of a minor buff to Oni. Neat. And then it just says they updated various perks. Yeah, I'm sure you would need to update various perks considering how extremely big this is. Specifically the tunneling. Like, the slugging thing is big too. Like, this is, don't get me wrong. Like, this is a really big change. And, you know, but the tunneling, all of the things here when it comes to all the stuff survivors get, the bonuses and incentives killers get, how that's all going to balance out, I just don't know. The fact that they're excluding certain killers from getting the full benefits as well is just so funny to me. But yeah, my favorite thing of this whole update is probably the Myers update. I'm so excited for this. Like, this gets me hyped. Honestly, the whole thing gets me hyped. I know a lot of people are going to panic about this, right? Like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, it's killers are dead. Survivors are winning. God, it's everybody's going to start screaming at each other, talking about how survivor-sided it's going to be, how broken it's going to be. But like, this is exciting. It's like new, really game-changing stuff that we can try and see how it works. I mean, we've already seen that we've tried this base kit Unbreakable and it didn't make it to live. So we don't know if any of this is even going to make it to live. But I think it's exciting. I think we need to embrace large change like this to just see how it could shake up the game. I mean, the game has been feeling a little bit stale, in my opinion, even with a lot of the big, licenses coming to the game. There's just been a little bit of staleness. I don't know if you guys agree. Let me know if you agree. It's been a little stale. But one other thing too is that killer queues have been long. And the reason killer queues have been long is because more people are wanting to play killer instead of survivor. So you got to look at it that way too. The fact that if they're going to add some things to make survivor a bit more enjoyable in terms of like making slugging less boring, making tunneling less frustrating, then maybe more people will play Survivor, and then killer queues will get shorter. I'm just trying to look at all the positives, looking at how this could truly affect the health of the game going forward. It's all speculation, though, because really we don't know enough until we get in there and play it. And yeah, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think behavior's cooking with this or if they are cooked and that they've cooked the game entirely. And let me know what, your favorite things are to try. And yeah, this is insane. I'm really excited. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.